Hello everyone. Today the UPSC CAPF AC interview 2025 is going to begin. So we wish you all the very best on behalf of ADHIKAAR CAPF. So stay calm and give your best. You will definitely shine better. Do not panic. So stay calm and face the interview with all the confidence. Believe that it is an intellectual conversation between the like-minded people. So do not panic or do not stress yourself too much. Okay. So wishing you all the very best once again. And here in this initiative, we would like to provide with the candidates on the daily important current affairs article important from the personality test perspective. And the sources we refer to are the Hindu and the Indian Express. We will simply highlight the important news articles and some probable questions and probable facts that we can take from these articles. So firstly, we will move on with the first article. Parties brace for verdict, Election Commission promises transparency. So it is an important national level news where there is going to be this vote counting by Election Commission of India. There is going to be the counting of votes for 4 states and 1 union territories, namely West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam and Union Territory of Puducherry, and also a few constituencies where the by-election has been held. So there will be counting of votes for all this states and union territories. So that is one very important news. So especially if you are a candidate from any of these states, you should be thorough with the facts, like whether there was an increase in the voter turnout or whether there was a decrease in the turnouts. And sometimes they may also ask some personal opinion based questions like who you think would be winning this particular election. Right, that would be some personal opinion based questions. So in this regard, we also have some important statistics that electoral participation has been on a steady rise in India, where they have given some important statistics for the states and union territories for which the counting is going to start today. So Puducherry has increased its voter turnout from 86.19% in 2011 to 89.85%. Similarly, Kerala has seen progress or increase in its voter turnout from 75% to 78%, and Tamil Nadu has seen an increase from 78% to 85%, West Bengal from 84 to 92%, which is one of the very drastic increase in the states going for the counting today. So you can try to highlight such change in the democratic process. So some of the reasons that they have highlighted for such increase in the overall voter turnout in the recent years or the recent elections has been this strong electoral or political engagement among the candidates, and then effective mobilization by parties, and then voter attitudes. Because earlier it used to be elite apathy. Elite apathy is nothing but the people in the major metro cities and towns. They wouldn't be, although they are elite people who are in a better position to choose the right parties, they wouldn't go. They simply because of their laziness. So that is what is called as elite apathy, but that trend seems to be changing. That is what is changing voter attitudes, and then better awareness, for which the Election Commission has this sweep portal or sweep app. Okay, and then greater sense that elections matter. That is again increasing awareness among the significance of the elections among all the candidates. So these are some of the prominent reasons that have been highlighted here. You can just try to quote all these points. So this is about this particular news article. Okay, so the news lead is vote counting for these different states and some relevant statistics. So moving on with the next article, Nepal raises Lipulek issue. India says no historical record. So here, especially if you are a candidate from Bihar, then this news will be of much more significance. Okay, this Kalapani Lipulek issue, it has been going on since in the recent times between India and the Nepal. Okay, so here one important treaty is Treaty of Shaholi of 1816. So there is also other issues along this Nepal border in the recent times, especially in the previous 3-4 days time period. So particularly if you are a candidate from Bihar, just try to be aware of all these issues. Okay, so this is with respect to Indo-Nepal relations. There is also a proposed visit from our foreign secretary, Mr. Vikram Misri, okay, to Nepal to visit Nepal's newly elected prime minister. So try to look into all these issues from the Indo-Nepal relations. And moving on with the next issue, OPEC Plus hides oil production quotas without mentioning UAE pull out. Recently, from May 1 onwards, UAE has pulled out of this OPEC and OPEC Plus grouping, and citing their unfair quota or the maximum limit of the production quotas. Okay, but after the UAE's exit, the OPEC Plus have taken a decision to increase the production quotas, although they have not pointed to UAE as the primary reason behind this exit. So you should be aware of the benefits that India stands to gain out from this UAE's pull out of this OPEC and OPEC Plus, and what would be the broader implications at the global supply chain of this crude oil from this UAE's pull out of this OPEC and OPEC Plus groupings. And in this regard, there is also one very important article from Indian Express where Mr. Vikram Mehta, who is the chairman of the CAPF Research Foundation, has proposed a energy security alliance called as Asian Energy Collaborative Compacts, with some proposals to maintain or secure the supply chain irrespective of the global disruptions. So similar to the International Atomic Energy Agency that was created by the Western world after this Yom Kippur War and its consequent impact on the rise of crude oil prices, he proposes to the Asian countries to come up with this Asian Energy Collaborative Compacts. So you can try to highlight such a points when they ask for any solutions, how India can address this particular problem. You can highlight the point that India, already acting as the voice of global south, can come up with such a proposal of this Asia Energy Collaborative Compact, thereby securing the supply chain of the crude oil, it is irrespective of any global disruptions. And they have also highlighted the importance of moving towards this renewable energy sources. Okay, so you can point out these, or you can highlight these 2 points in your way forward or suggestions with respect to the ongoing West Asian crisis and its consequent impact on India and across the world. So that is with respect to this particular article. And moving on with next article, tackling takedowns. It is with respect to the content takedown norms from the government, where government has given just a maximum of 3 hours time period to take down some content that stands to undermine a nation's security or the peace or communal harmony within the country. There are allegations with respect to such a stringent provision from the government's side. So that is what they have discussed here. So here the important provisions that you can highlight are section 69A and section 79 clause B clause 3 subclause B of the IT Act. There are allegations, and related issue is the Shayok portal and the excess or former Twitter's case, ongoing case in both Karnataka High Court as well as the Delhi High Court, because this Shayok portal gives sweeping powers to the law enforcement agencies to order the content takedown from the social media intermediaries, significant social media intermediaries. Here there is one particular a provision like a safe harbor provision. Okay, so try to know what is this safe harbor provision. They can ask like, what do you understand by safe harbor provision? Okay, and what are the controversies surrounding this 3 horses content takedown order from the government's side, and how far it impacts on the right to freedom of speech and expression under Article 19, and how we can maintain a fine balance between national security concerns versus the freedom of speech and expression. So these are all very important dimensions from this particular article. So moving on with the next article, Soren writes to President and PM seeking Sarna religious code provision for tribals in the census 2027. Okay, particularly if you are a candidate from Jharkhand, then this particular issue is going to be very significant matter. Okay, so Sarna religious code, the demand of which has been going on for many years. Okay, so they can ask like, what do you understand by the Sarna religious code, and why is it significant, and do you think that it has to be given a separate column in the census data gathering, etc., etc. So these can be some of the prominent questions that we can expect, and they can ask about some basics about the people following this Sarna religious code. The details have been highlighted here, right? How many number of people are following this Sarna religious code, and how they have a unique nature worship or village deities and unique rituals and distinct traditions, all has been discussed here. So try to look into this Sarna religious code, particularly if you are a candidate from this Jharkhand. Okay, and moving on with the last article, again from the Indian Express. Why India's new helicopter launched naval missile hits are different. Here they have highlighted the major advantages with respect to the recently test fired naval anti-ship missile short range NASM and its advantages over the existing Sea Eagle of 1980s, which is a British imported missiles, okay, from that is in existence since 1980s. So they have drawn a comparison between the Sea Eagle of the British origin as well and the naval anti-ship missile short range of India's indigenous production. Okay, so this you can try to highlight when they ask any questions with respect to the defense indigenization progress or defense modernization progress in India. You can try to highlight this point along with the recent accomplishment of this nuclear triad. With the induction of this INS Arithmon, we have come to accomplish the status of nuclear triad. So you can try to highlight all these points under the defense indigenization and modernization drive from the India, which is going to be very important because we are having this Operation Sindhu, first anniversary of Operation Sindhu, and after Operation Sindhu there were so many progress, especially with respect to our defense exports. There were so many progress, and there was also so intense push with respect to the indigenization and modernization efforts. So because of these leads, this particular article is very important. So these are some of the prominent dimensions from which you can expect questions, or some of the important content that you can highlight in your responses. So that is it for today, and we will be coming up with similar current affairs articles on a daily basis from the interview perspective. If you have any queries or feedback, you can just share it in the comment box so that we will try to fine tune our this particular initiative to benefit the candidates as maximum as possible. And if you wish to take any panel mock interviews or one-on-one mock interview, you can either call at this number directly, or you can drop a message at WhatsApp or through Telegram. So anything would be fine. So there is this one-on-one mock interview and panel mock interview that is going on simultaneously. You can just drop a message, and you can also, the candidates who might be appearing for the interview can share their transcripts at the same number over Telegram or WhatsApp. So that would be of a great benefit for the other candidates to go through. So thank you, all the very best for those candidates who will be appearing for the interview. Thanks a lot.